It's a nice slow pass showing you how slow one of these planes can go and still maintain its airspeed and altitude. Now there's Incidentally, for the most part, there are about 4 controls that are used to keep the plane in flight. One controls the throttle, and you can bring your engine from idle to up to full speed. We've got another control for the back of the plane. We have a control for the ailerons, which are little flaps, if you will, on each side of the wings that go up and down and cause the plane to turn, actually turn in a roll fashion. And then the 4th control is the rudder, and the rudder is useful not only for a number of the acrobatic moves here, but also when you're landing these so-called tail dragger planes, where they have 2 wheels on the main landing gear and a wheel at the back on the tail. The rudder controls the movement of that tail wheel and actually the steering of the plane. On a plane that has a nose wheel rather than a tail wheel, as the rudder turns, it also turns the wheel in the front.
Anywhere. And they have to be certificated also with a license. And as far as safety goes, I mean, they have to, not only through the National Hot Rod Association, there's he will start from his dead standstill on the runway, and later on he's going to be racing an airplane whenever the weather lifts a little bit and we can comply. And he's going to race an airplane in a quarter of a mile and allow the airplane to pass him at about 175 miles an hour. And listen to this, and this is very important, with a 100% safety record. That's an all.
Oh, yeah. On a 300-mile-an-hour run, it is something to see. And we're going to be doing that just a little bit later. Scotty Hemming here through the curtain. Hey, I said a Bud Light. Smoking. Okay, now he'll put some brake on it. He can't even begin to hold that car full acceleration. Takes the brakes off, goes in there for the ride. Here we go. Hello, Phoenix. That's where you're going to be if that chute doesn't work.
And it's called the Tucker Upper.
Yeah.
Sean in climbing knife-edge flight. It's called the slider. And Sean, are you going to check the rivets one more time? Yeah, when I get comfortable about that flying, and then I started thinking, I'm going to do it one more time. Then I'll try an outside loop after the third. Rolling into right knife-edge flight to simulate cutting ribbon number 2, and finally inverted to slice number 3, immediately followed by full forward stick to push his way around into the giant outside loop. Again, this afternoon we're going to have brave volunteers out there supporting those ribbons that Sean is in fact going to cut with the propeller of this one-of-a-kind aircraft. Sean is the former recipient of the United States National Advanced Aerobatic Championship Trophy, and as Sandy pointed out, is the only individual to ever win the Arch Memorial Showmanship and the Bill Barber Award for Air Show. excellence. This is an honor given to the top individual in the air show industry that year. Not necessarily a performer, but the person that the people in the industry consider to have benefited or given the most back to the air show industry. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back.
Plane that you didn't think possible. Well, I'll tell you what, Sean flies, of course, a biplane. Started in life as a Pitts, but has been reworked so much, I don't think you could even call the Challenger. Gracious to the crowd, that is the man. All right, Kathleen, it looks like your man is already up in the air. You ready?
I'm very glad to be back here at Riverside again this year. We're based
Man, Johnny, you're forcing me. Okay.
We're very You might as well be here. He's 15 years old. He's been working for us for nearly 3 years now. And people still earn their flying lessons and learn how to do this. Here he comes back and forth. This airplane is a conventional aluminum vessel. Although air show flying looks quite uncontrolled, it is not. It is a very closely supervised activity, and all of the maneuvers take place in an individual
I wish I still had it. I think when my mother died, it went with the house.
Why did they make a sidecar from that? That would be kind of
Just about anything.
Really?
Yeah. Get on the internet, punch the name. What I did is, like, when I was looking for a fish line, I just punched the name. They came up all
There's a kind of speech for if you find anybody, they tell me that.
Oh, okay. Well, they showed a picture, but they don't. I asked them, is this a picture of my bike?
That won't take a ride at all?
Too many tweeners in her day. Back in my life. Big car. Corvettes, too. I don't like that. Yeah, right. I see those guys everywhere. I like riding with Mike. Let's go.
Get over there to chase swing.
Yeah, we did. I told him, I said,
I think you'll like this one, Royce.
Stay out of the purse.
Sealer on there? All you need is wipe it off with a nice rag.
I'm glad he did give me some information that the S actually stood for the same thing as advanced as the AT, and an AT6 that meant advanced trainer. Well, the S stood for advanced, and the N of course stood for Navy, and of course then the J did stand for North.
That he's got running from the airplane there, out to the smoke canister, and he pulls the line, and there you see not just an inside loop, but a square loop. Yeah, all four corners. There you see a square inside loop in just a little small J3 cup. Holding it there now, letting the airplane fall back on a tail slide. There you see a 1.5 turn spin. Now recovering. Now you can see John patriotic as you could get with that red, white, and blue paint scheme. There you see a hammerhead stall turn. Just like Sean D. Tucker and Rob Harrison did, only with not quite as much gusto, because he's only got 90 horsepower. 90 horsepower in an airplane that was designed to fly on 65. The first Cup that came out, the J2, was only 40 horsepower. And they quickly found out, and Continental finally started making an engine that was a little bigger, and that was the 65 horsepower Cup. And of course, the 65 horsepower compared to the 40 was like putting on 7-leg boots. I mean, it really did give you a boost in horsepower. Then finally along came the 85 horsepower and the 90, which were almost identical. And then a lot of the J3 Cup guys started putting those on the front to even give it more horsepower. Now Continental makes an 0200 engine, which is 100 horsepower. That 0200 means 200 cubic inches, and it, of course, even gives a little bit more. But I believe John's got of the 85 or 90 horsepower Continental in his airplane. Now he's going to demonstrate for us when he gets through with his aerobatics out here, and he does a full-scale job of aerobatics. He is going to attempt, ladies and gentlemen, to land on the top of that moving van. About 3 attempts now, and he's going to have to call it off in just a moment because he's right at the end of the runway. John, he got one wheel on it, but not enough room left. Or is he going to try it one more time? No, he said you're going to have to turn it around and we'll make another attempt. Just full blast. John will be coming down the center line of the strip. Okay, the van moving out. Now John very quickly will try to position himself. Now remember, he's got to coincide his speed identically with the van. Now he's got the airplane in position. Did he get it on? He's got the wheels in the slots. And he's holding it there now with forward stick. Right now it's very dangerous. He doesn't, a gust or anything else could lift him right out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. John Helton in the world. They love to know that they've been appreciated. Okay, now the car is lined up down the runway. John's in the cockpit. Power starts coming up on the van, and at about 50 miles an hour, John was starting to come in with the throttle. Now he's got to hold the airplane on there about there. And then just as soon as he approaches midpoint here, at crowd center, he'll bring up...
That is great. Shark flight, take up the 5, 36s. And that flight is Tom Miller in lead ship number 1. Number 2 is Errol Brown. Third ship, Jim Munn. We just saw Smith. And last, Julie Smith. Yes. All right, Julie. Here is up. She is the last in the flight of 6 aircraft. Yeah. Well, the reason I tell you what I like to crow about these, I have just become a proud owner on the Air Show Committee and has been chairman of that committee for 7 of its 8 years. Of Moreno Valley, California, the manager of the March Hero Club. And then in wingman number 2 is Don Gooden, a retired United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, 55. In the wingman number 3 position is Cass Casillas, and Cass is a retired Air Force Colonel.
You know, I was just thinking.
the road I take to work every morning. And, well, we just had some snow. It's April 10th, I'm sorry. I'm going out to March Air Force Base to an air show. But I wanted to get a shot of these mountains before I took off. They look great this morning. That's a steerman out there with a wing walker. Got riding up on the top of that thing. Oops, I lost him. There he is. Take a picture of this airplane. There's a truck in the way.
I get pretty hard time.